Matrixx and Rhodes show fans, we are back with another video, and this is my weekly review of the Interview with the Vampire show on AMC Plus. And this week's episode was titled A Vile Hunger for Your Hammering Heart. Now, if you remember at the end of the last episode, Claudia was actually in love with a human, and she ended up sucking him dry, and he died, and she goes into a very, very dark place. And this really does kind of continue that story here. Now, also, I want to be clear. This is not faithful to the book whatsoever. That's pretty clear. I'm taking this show for what it is. This was my favorite episode of the season so far. This was a really, really, really good episode. It does focus a lot on Claudia here. And also it does expand on some of the other books as well. I'll get to that. But Claudia still very upset about losing this young human boy that she actually fell in love with because she ended up killing him dry. Lestat and Louis, at least Louis is kind of really, really worried about Claudia. And Claudia ends up running away. You know, she kind of goes off the college, so to speak. Claudia is, she's been around for quite a while now. I don't know exactly how many years. I'm not exactly sure the year. It's somewhere around 1930 something. So Claudia would definitely be like in her 20s at this point. But of course, she is stuck in the body of a 14-year-old in this case. In the book, she was stuck in the body of a 5-year-old. So she runs off to college because she gets into a big argument with Lestat and Louis because she just starts killing people and not disposing of the bodies. Now, of course, if you guys know from the previous episodes, they actually have an incinerator where they actually burn the bodies. Claudia was just going around killing people and just dumping them in like shallow ground, I think like a lake area or something. But these bodies got washed up, and the police are wondering, wait a minute, where are these bodies coming from? And also there's like body parts missing. And Claudia actually has like trophies, I guess you can say, body parts in her bedroom. Yeah. So the police actually go and investigate, and they walking around Louis and Lestat's home, and they did not kill the police. Remember, when Louis was training Claudia, she actually killed a police officer. He told her don't do that because it draws a lot of attention. Well, the police are in their home now, and they can't kill him. But luckily, you know, they don't find anything, but I guess they kind of put on notice. But Claudia ends up running away, and she goes to college, so to speak. And she ends up running into a vampire really from the third book. That would be Queen of the Damned. Now, his name is Bruce, but I don't think in the book his name is Bruce. And he brings up the name Fang Gang. And she actually gives him the name Killer. Now, Killer is actually in the Queen of the Damned book. And the way the Queen of the Damned book is actually broken down, it's like in different, it's from different points of view. And this particular section is called Baby Jinx and the Fang Gang. So that's where they actually got that from. So if you read the books, you probably did catch on to that. But things go pretty bad with him and Claudia. Claudia is going around looking for Louis. And Louis ends up, actually, she's following Louis, I should say. And Louis sees his sister at the cemetery. And I do believe that she knows that Louis is not exactly human because she's at a tombstone. And it has Louis' name, Louis de Pointe de Lac. I believe his birth year in this show was 1870, if I'm not mistaken, 1877, something like that. And he died in 1930. Okay. Now, in the books, there is a gravestone for Louis, I believe, but it's not because his family erected one for him. But she knows something is not right with him. And Claudia is actually seeing the whole thing. And Claudia shows up. Comes back home, and boy, the end of this episode was tremendous. It really, really was, man. Claudia comes back and apologizes to Louis and Lestat. And of course, Louis is he was very concerned about her because he was like all into trying to find her and everything like that. Lestat was like, I don't really care, really. I mean, Lestat made Claudia not for him. He made Claudia to actually keep Louis with him. He really doesn't care about Claudia at all. So there's a bit fight because, as you guys know, Lestat can't read the mind of Louis and Claudia because he made them both. But Claudia is sending messages to Louis, say, run away with me. And that's the problem right there. There's a humongous fight between the three, mainly Louis and Lestat, because Claudia just comes out and just straight up says, come with me, Louis, let's leave. Lestat ain't having that. Lestat is there for one reason. He wants Louis. That's it. He can care less about Claudia. And boy, there's a huge fight in the house. And boy, Louis gets his ass kicked badly by Lestat. And you do get to see the flight gift. Louis is so beat up. Lestat takes him. They fly into the sky. And Lestat is actually biting him on the neck. And Louis is all bruised and everything because he wants Louis to love him. He wants to hear it from him. And Louis says, let me go. And then he drops him all the way down. And of course, it's not going to be that easy. Lestat flies back down to the ground, and he tells Claudia pretty much, hey, it ain't about you. He wants Louis to himself. And that's pretty much where this episode actually does end. This was a really, really good episode right here. Not like the book, but definitely a different interpretation of the book. A very, very different interpretation of the book. Daniel Malloy, he's actually still reading Claudia's journals like he was in the last episode. But however, Louis is there and talking about it as well. And there is some tension between Daniel Malloy and Louis because he's going through Claudia's diaries and there's pages missing. And it was really about what actually happened between her and Killer. Now, it seems like Killer actually raped her, but the pages are missing right there. And Daniel wants the pages. He's like, hey, but where is it? Let me know. Let me know what it is. And Louis says that he wants to protect Claudia. And then Daniel just keeps going off. And then Louis uses his powers to make Daniel's hand just tremble. And Rashid comes in, who is Louis' footman, calms Louis down because Louis is extremely upset. And Daniel is also upset with Louis. And Daniel comes over, slaps Louis in the face for what he did. Very, very good episode, folks. A very good episode. Episode 3 is the only one I really did not like. But once Claudia came in, past episode, this is episode 4 and 5. Those are probably my two favorite episodes. It really is. You do get to see a ruthless Lestat in this one. One thing I haven't liked about the show, I don't know if I mentioned this or not, is how messy the vampires are when they're killing. They've been portraying Lestat as like a messy eater that's just blood everywhere. That's not the way he was in the book. But anyway, this is a really, really good episode, guys. If you guys have seen it, let me know what you guys think it is. I know there's a lot of backlash on this show as far as, it not being faithful to the books. And it's not. I mean, this stuff just didn't happen, but they are throwing Easter eggs in from the other books. Lestat actually flying did not actually happen in the book, but they did show Lestat fly in the 1994 movie, and he can actually do this because he does have the blood of Akasha. By the way, guys, Claudia does actually try to make vampires, but she failed at it. Didn't show it, but she talked about it. She couldn't do it. She didn't have the power to do it. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Matrixx and Rhodes show fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.